So would you kindly explain what is Buddhist meditation?
Buddhist meditation, the purest form of Buddhist meditation, it has taken many forms, many varieties. The purest form of Buddhist meditation is this insight into what is.
You're using my words. Put those words
No,
aside.
not your words. You are using those words. Long before you, 2,500 years ago, these words were used. I am using them.
All right, then
Yes.
we are both 2,000 years old.
Oh, that's right. Yes, and
But I'm just
you see,
asking.
it is called vidarsana or vipassana. In Pali, vipassana, and in Sanskrit, vidarshana.
That's yes.
Yes, is to insight vision. See into the nature of things. That is
Now,
the real
What,
vision.
have they a system?
System is, of course, developed.
That's what I want to get
Yes,
at.
which, when you take the original teaching of the Buddha,
There is no system.
no, it is Satipatthana. It is called Satipatthana. That is the best discourse by the Buddha on this insight meditation.
No, I
It-
want to,
wait, I'll tell you.
Yes, yes,
There is no
I'm listening, sir.
there is no system in it. And the key point in that is the awareness.
yes,
Awareness. That is called sati, or in Sanskrit, smriti.
mistake.
Yes. And to be mindful, aware of all things that happens. It is, you are not expected to run away from life and live in a cave or in a forest, sitting like a statue, all that. It is not there. And in the Satipatthana, that it is, if you translate correctly, it is translated as establishment of mindfulness, but rather it is the presence of awareness. That's the meaning of the word.
Is this awareness,
Yes. Awareness of every movement, every action, everything.
yeah, is this awareness to be cultivated?
There is no question of cultivating. There is no question.
So that's what I'm trying to get at,
Yes.
sir. Because modern gurus, modern systems of meditation, modern Zen, all
Yes,
the
yes.
rest of it,
And yes,
they are trying to cultivate it.
yes, I tell you, sir. I have written an essay. It will be published in Belgium in honor of Monsignor Etienne Lamotte,
Lamotte, yeah.
on the psychology of Buddhist meditation.
Now, I'm just...
Wait. There I said that this teaching of the Buddha is for many centuries misunderstood and wrongly applied as a technique. And they have developed into such a technique that the mind can be, instead of liberating, it can be imprisoned.
Of course,
Yes.
all meditations are
Yes.
imprisoning.
If it is made into a system,
Yeah, that's what... Now, please, sir, I'm asking.
yes,
Awareness, is it something to be cultivated in the sense manipulated, watched over, worked at?
no.
Wait. So, how does it come into being?
There is no coming into being, you do it.
No, wait, sir, no. Just listen
Yes.
what I mean.
You give the interpretation.
I want to find out.
Yes.
I'm not critical, or I just want to find out what is Buddhist meditation is. Because now there is Buddhist, there is Tibetan, there is various type of Buddhist meditation,
Oh, yes.
various types of Tibetan
All Buddhist
meditation.
meditations.
Yeah, various type of Hindu meditations, Sufi meditation. For God's sake, we follow.
yes.
They're like mushrooms all over the place. I'm just asking, if awareness is something that takes place through concentration,
no, not in that sense. For anything we do in this world, certain amount of concentration is necessary. That's
yes.
understood. Yes.
No.
Wait. In that sense, a certain kind of concentration is necessary, but don't mix it up with the dhyana and samadhi.
No, I'm not, I don't like any of those words personally.
Yes,
Dhyana.
yes, but their concentration is the principle.
I know.
Yes.
I know most of the meditations that have been propagated all over the world
Yes.
now involves concentration.
Concentration.
Zen,
And various other things and samadhis, jhanas, all Hindu, Buddhist concentration is the central one.
no, that's nonsense.
Yes.
I don't accept concentration.
In this Buddhist, pure Buddha's teaching meditation, it is not that concentration. There is no that concentration.
It's not concentration, let's put it out.
Yes.
Then what is this awareness? How does it come into being?
You are aware of it. You are aware of what happens.
You're not, no.
And you see, in the Satipatthana, one great thing is that you live in the action in the present moment.
Wait, sir.
That is one form
Yes,
of
sir.
Satipatthana.
Yes, sir. Moment you're in the present moment. You don't live in the present moment.
That is what it says, that you don't live in the present moment. And that Satipatthana is to live in the present moment.
No, you're missing. How is one to live in the present? What is the mind that lives in the present?
The mind that lives in the present is the mind which is free from.
Yes?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
all right.
Yes, sir, go on, sir. I'm waiting, I want to find out.
Free from the idea of self.
Now you,
When you have the idea of self, either you live in the past or in the future. Not
the
in the
now is, as far as one sees, one sees generally, the past modifying itself in the present and going on.
That is the usual.
Wait, that is the present.
No.
Then what is the present? Free of the past.
Yes. And free of the future.
That is free of the past, which means free of time.
Yes.
So that is the only state of mind which is now. Now, I'm just asking, sir, what is awareness? Does it come? How does it flower? How does it happen? You follow?
There is no technique for it.
No?
There is no technique for it.
I understand. I
And
want to use,
asking how it happens is
quite right.
you are asking the method.
no, I'm using. Let's cut out, I use the how just to ask a question, not for a method. I put it on the other way. In what manner does this awareness come into being? I'm not aware. Suppose I'm not aware. I'm just enclosed in my own petty little worries and anxieties, problems, I love you, you don't love me, and all that going on in my mind. I live in that. And you come along and tell me, be aware of all that. And I say, what do you mean by being aware?
When you ask me that,
Yeah, I'm asking.
yes, be aware of that pettiness.
Yes. So that means be aware
You said pettiness. There is
Yes.
I
Be
love
aware.
and just love and all
Be
that.
aware of your pettiness. What do you mean by that?
To be aware of that.
Yes, sir. I don't know how to. I don't know what it means.
It is not necessary to know what it means.
Oh, what do you mean? It's not necessary.
Be aware of that.
Yes, sir. You tell me. Be aware of it. I'm blind. I think that's an elephant. How am I? You follow my question, sir?
yes,
I am
yes.
blind. And I want to see light. And you say, be aware of that blindness. I say, yes. What does it mean? It's not concentration. So I say, look, awareness is something in which choice doesn't exist. Wait, sir. Awareness means to be aware of this hall, the curtains, the lights, the people sitting here, the shape of the walls, the windows, to be aware of it. I just mean, either I'm aware one part by part, or as I enter the room, I'm aware of the whole thing. The roof, the lamps, the curtains, the shape of the windows, the floor, the mottled roof, everything. Is that what you mean, sir?
That also is a kind of awareness.
Hmm?
That also is awareness.
That is awareness. Now, what is the difference? I'm not categorizing, don't, please, I'm not being imprudent or inquisitive or insulting. What's the difference between that sense of awareness and attention?
It is wrong to put sense of awareness. There is
Awareness.
no sense of
Well,
it.
all right.
There is awareness.
That awareness and attention. See, we abolish concentration, except when I have to drill a hole in the wall. And I hope I'm drilling it straight.
We have not excluded it.
And
There is concentration, but that is not the main thing.
No, that's not awareness. That's not. So we say
But concentration may be useful or helpful.
to drill a hole straight.
Yes, like that.
That's
For
all.
awareness also, it may be helpful, but it is not concentration the central point.
There must be a certain sense of concentration. If I have to learn mathematics,
Yes. For anything, it's a
yes, sir. That
concentration. Yes.
therefore, I'm just putting that aside for the moment. What is attention? To attend.
How do you explain now, for instance, awareness, mindfulness, attention? How do you discriminate of these?
I would say, sir.
Different, yes,
I would
different,
say.
yes. These three: awareness, mindfulness, and attention.
I would say attention, awareness in which there is no choice,
Right.
just to be aware. When choice enters into awareness, there is no awareness.
Right.
And choice is measurement, division, and so on.
Right.
So awareness is without choice, just to be aware.
Yes.
Say, I like this room,
That's right.
all that has ended.
Yes. Right.
Attention, to attend. In that attention, there is no division.
Also, that means no choice.
Leave for the
Yes,
moment.
yes.
Attention implies no division. Me attending And so it has no division, therefore no measurement, and therefore no border.